everyone, and welcome back. I wanted to do a nice little mini series on how I collect some of my seeds from my garden. I use these for cut flowers where I sell at my roadside flower stand, and I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful this year collecting seeds, so hopefully it's one less seed packet I will have to go and purchase for next year. And hi, if you're new here, my name is Kristy. I am located in Massachusetts, Zone 6A, and I just opened up my roadside flower stand this past summer, and it was really exciting, and I'm glad that I did it and I took that leap. And right now we are saving seeds so we can just make sure that we have enough filler flower for next year. So these actually, I started off with my winter sowing milk jug. So you can winter sow Celosia, which is great. And they have literally just been chilling in this bowl for probably anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. As you can see, they are still on the flower heads. I can shake it, and you can actually hear a lot of them fell off. So we're going to be processing these today so I can store them in some envelopes and then use them again next year, which I do plan on either direct sowing, using the winter sowing milk jugs, or even starting them indoors. Now, when you are going to go and harvest your Celosia, you also want to make sure that your flower head is nice and brown. You'll notice, because these little pods down here, they will also be just opening up, and you'll see these little black specks in them. That is going to be your Celosia seeds. I even found when I was cutting them off, some would just spill onto the ground. It's simple enough where you're just going to scratch them off, and I put them in a little bowl, and then we're going to be done in a couple of minutes. So you want to make sure, as I mentioned, that the flower head is brown and papery. That way it'll be a little bit easier for you to just go and guide your finger off to the side and rub it, and the seeds will be able to pop out for you. You can also just shake them into a bowl, especially if you've been letting them sit here like this. They will fall out quite easily. Now, these tiny seeds are kind of going to look like poppy seeds. They're just little black balls. I think I can probably even just get, there we go, one on my finger. So that right there is one Celosia seed. They're super tiny, and you're going to get a lot just from a couple of heads. I was able to save some from one huge Celosia head. It was probably about like this big or so. And I got a ton of seeds from it, so I'm very excited for that for next year. What I like to do is I like to save them in these envelopes right here. It's just a brown envelope. You can get ones without writing on it. I just got it from Amazon. But you can put the variety on, the date, and then I also, because these are so small, I will be saving them in this small plastic bag, which I will then put inside here. It's like the perfect fit, and that way I can keep everything neat and tidy. Once you are done, you want to make sure that you store them in a cool, dry, dark place, and that way they'll be good to go for next year. What I also tend to do sometimes as well is, once I break these apart or I take them off of the flower head, I will actually let them sit and dry for another few days before I put them, especially in this plastic bag, because you don't want any mold. So these shouldn't have much water or be wet at all, but just to be on the safe side, I will let them sit in this bowl for a few more days, and then like another day in the morning when my kids are still sleeping and I'm enjoying a cup of coffee, I might go and pick through. I also don't tend to clean them like super well. Like if there's a little bit of like dirt specks and stuff, that's totally fine by me. You can even blow it out sometimes in the bowl and you'll be totally fine. So let's see what these look like up close, and let's save some seeds. All right, so we have a nice clean bowl right here, and here is my Celosia. And I don't know if it will focus good enough up close, but these are going to be all the little seed heads right here. All these little black specks is going to be the Celosia. Oh, and as you can see, it's already falling out, and I have barely done anything. So I am just going to gently rub, and you can see all the little seeds that are falling out. I'm just gently massaging, and you can always try and clean it up later just by blowing some air on it. But I really enjoyed this one right here. Like I mentioned, I got it from seed swapping. And those are like, do you see that little black ball right there? That little bead, that is going to be your Celosia seed. I also will use a strainer too. Hopefully that will help get any of the larger chunks out, because I'm going to make sure I really break this up in case if there's anything hiding, especially in this one. So we're just going to keep doing this. It's as simple as that. And then I'll show you once I collect them all how I use my little strainer. All right, we are on to the last one, and you can see nicely right here all of the little specks, and you can even just hear them falling out and see them. Now we'll clean this up with my strainer in a minute. I like to just make sure I get as much out as possible. This side, and I'll show you what the bowl looks like, because the bowl actually has a lot left too. All right, so that should be good for the celosia. And then this is what the bowl looks like from just saving them. We have all these seeds right here, which is amazing. So I'm going to add that. That way I can finish this little small one up. And then we're going to get the strainer, and then we're going to try and just get it a little bit cleaner so I can store them until next year. All right, and just like that, we are done with our celosia. Super quick and super simple, so I hope you found that helpful. You can just use a few extra tools if you would like I use the sifter. Again, I got this off of Amazon. It's basically made for if you have fine powder and you're sifting it, but it has come in handy. It was like $8 or $9 or so, so definitely something worth it. And then just make sure you have something to store your seeds in. I do like a brown paper bag. You can even just, if you want to direct seed them, just keep the seed heads on like that in a brown paper bag, and then just crush them over the area that you would like to direct sow. So that's always an option as well. So you don't have to have anything too fancy, but definitely make sure they are dry before storing them, and you keep them in a nice, cool, dark place until you are ready to grow them, which crazy enough will probably be in a few months. So I hope you found that helpful. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna have a lot more seeds to be saving, so go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see you all next time. Happy gardening. Bye.